I wanted to just quick come on and see if there were any subscribers that might have questions. Happy to do some one question per subscriber, but some guidance in terms of things that might be causing some issues regarding no contact or family issues. I would like to avoid health and politics. I'd ask that you be a little bit vague or avoid revealing personal contact information. Obviously, we want to keep it respectful. So I do have desire to be able to like reject the question if it doesn't work, but as long as you're subscribed, then ooh, I don't know if I actually set it to that. Mm, yeah, just make sure you're a subscriber if you want a question. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna pull some no contact cards until I get a question. So this is the Overthinker's Oracle. Hey Vicky Tata, how are you doing? Have you got a question? Oh, and of course, if you are looking for a personal reading, my email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. I'd love to do a personal reading for you, but we do have a no contact situation where somebody is hoping they can contact you before the situation devolves to the point of not being able to salvage it, right? Hey Michael, how are you doing? I'm still getting used to doing a live from my cell phone, so hopefully you guys like the up close and personal. We've got multiple trolls, and past life lovers. So there's a little bit of distance, or there's a situation that's no contact because of the trolls in your life or in their life. It could be both of your lives, right? But there's still something that always makes them want to come back around because of this sense that we've known each other for longer than it seems believable, or there's a connection that the two of us have that seems unlike any other we've had. Hey John, gonna say hello to Michael. How's it going? Do y'all have a question? We've got, I'm desperate for another chance. And karmic partner. They got caught up in some other kind of like distraction. Maybe it felt a little bit easier for them to pursue this connection because it didn't require for them to step up their game with regards to healing. It didn't require them to express themselves more effectively. You challenge this person, and that's why there's been this distance or this hesitation to communicate. Thank you for the likes. Who's got a question? This is the Hidden Truth Oracle. Looks like this person's thinking they need to let you go. Even though they are starting to understand the connection better, there's a sense that it's like, well, maybe it was because you helped me to understand that I needed to change. Well, no, I didn't see it, but I did now. Hello, Larry. Who's your soulmate? So, what do we have? Who is Larry's soulmate? I would just caution you against believing that you only have one soulmate, Larry. But let's see what we get. Hello, K-Mac. How are you doing? Star in the reverse. Wheel of Fortune. Hanged Man in the reverse. Magician in the reverse. Temperance in the reverse. Well, Larry, I gotta say, it kind of feels to me like you get attracted to perhaps the wrong things in individuals. There's someone here that I feel has kind of evaded your notice, but they're going through a major change. I think you're going to see them after a glow up and then realize, okay, I'm actually really into this person. but right now there's a focus that has kind of got you, I think, distracted from them. I do think you know this person already. You've already kind of felt like it's not somebody you're interested in, but you're going to change your mind. Hello, real world. How are you doing? Hello, Margot. I hope that gets better for you, K-Mac. How's it going? Escribiendo. Hello, Myra. Hello, Goddess of Love. Who's got a question for me? Larry, one last thought with the Empress and the reverse. There could be something here regarding emotional intimacy that this person is working on. In other words, right now, they're not really ready for this relationship. So I do feel like this soulmate connection is going to be just a little bit delayed, or they need a little bit more time. K-Mac, what's your question? Oh, I gotcha. That's a heavy one. All right, let's see what they say. And I'm in Tennessee as well. Should K-Mac end his marriage? This is saying it seems like that would be the right path. There's something with this Eight of Swords indicating that, to be honest, it feels like your wife can't let something go. We've got the Four of Pentacles with it as well. So it's something that could be salvageable if a perspective on your wife's side changed, but if she's not able to pursue therapy or talk with you or forgive you about something, then yeah, we've got Hierophant in the reverse. It's like, how can I fix something if you don't want to fix it with me, right? I wish you the best, though. I'm not gonna tell you that. Hello, Diego. How are you doing? Hello, Callie girl. How's it going? I got you. We can do that. Thank you, Larry. Is my boyfriend faithful to me? Well, I sure hope so, but let's find out. And that was for Callie girl, right? Is Callie girl's boyfriend faithful to her? Yes. I do feel like there have been difficult moments. Ooh, that's beautiful. Temptations, people who may have made it a little bit precarious, but the Hanged Man, there's something that I feel your boyfriend has committed to, and it's bigger than just committing to you, Callie girl. This is like, I've got a desire to be a better person. If I'm in a relationship, I'm going to be in it. So yes, resisting temptation, and with the King of Cups, it's because I'm in love and I want to do right by this person. Hey, what's going on, Aqua Beauty? I'm doing personal questions for people. Hello, is it G.I. Jane? G.I. Joan? G.I.J1? You can email wickedwandstarot@gmail.com if you want a longer reading, but I can do a question for you if you type one. Oh, hey, thanks, Ren. Hello, how's it going? Is it Agasti? You can tell me what you want me to call you. Should I go deeper or wait to get back to my physical version? And that's for Escribiendo. So for Escribiendo, should I go deeper or wait to get back to my physical version? Should I go deeper? No, not yet. Timing's not right. Nine of Swords in the reverse. I feel like you're going to get some sort of sign. In fact, I think it's actually two signs with the two ships in the back. I do feel like you know that's something that is going to happen eventually, but there might be some eagerness that needs to be kind of dealt with, but you will know when the time is right. Why did he ghost me? And that was for G.I.J. Why did he ghost me? Self-sabotage and a lack of healing led to a little bit of running away, you know? This is a lot for me to deal with. I want this, but I'm nervous I'm going to mess it up, so I'm gonna run away. Self-sabotage, I think, is something that this person is aware of, though. Hey, Nathaniel, how you doing? Red, you just insulted my reading and now you want a question? All right, I got you. Let's get a different deck though. I want to make sure the energy is clear. When is Ren going to find love? Ooh, I love that, Ren. Look at it. We're asking about love, and what do we have? We have the Two of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. I feel like this is saying within the next 2 months, there's an opportunity for you. Yo, 222. Two Swords. The issue here, Ren, is you're going to have a decision between two different people. You may be more tempted to go with somebody who is maybe like more your type, but if you make the right decision, you find love. So don't, how do I say this? Don't limit yourself and be open, because I feel like there is a decision that might be a little bit difficult. Hello, Innocent Queen. How are you doing? Hello, Trinity. Does my boyfriend actually love me? Well, I sure hope so, but let's get an answer for you. This is the Crow Tarot. And that was for Trinity. Does my boyfriend actually love me? Yes, but your boyfriend's going through a rough time right now. There's a sense here, he feels like he's being watched with the crows at the window. So I feel like there's a sense of withdrawing or pulling back, not wanting to be as social, and not necessarily knowing how to communicate this to you. So I would say your best bet is be as supportive as you can, but obviously if this is too much to deal with in the context of a relationship and he can't talk about it, that's going to continue to cause issues. But yes, I do feel like he loves you. He's just not sure how to deal with this particular situation. We do have some anger that he's dealing with, but he's keeping it secret from you. I don't think it's like to be hurtful. He just doesn't know how to handle the situation. All right. For, is it Manal? And it's whether or not I see him, Aqua Beauty. Sorry, it's going pretty quickly. Manal asked, when will I meet my partner? And be kind. I hope you all are subscribers. I don't know how to set that on my phone, so if you're getting a question answered, I would appreciate that. All right, when will Mel find a partner or the one? Well, this is saying when you stop investing in distractions. So I don't know if this is you're staying to yourself or you're just, you know, maybe dealing with people that you know you don't have a future with, but this is saying you're investing in the wrong areas. So when you reprioritize and you make space for that love interest, then you will find your partner. But I do feel like the number 7 is important for you. All right. This is the Tarot of the Nile. Thank you, Aqua Beauty. I appreciate that. I didn't quite catch that question. Hello, Voyager. How are you doing? Hello, Famous Seamus. All right. Should I finish SE certification, intermediate and advanced in Houston? Should Aqua Beauty finish? Yes. because there's potentially an opportunity that you would miss, or you stand out from the crowd as an applicant or an opportunity or the right person when you have that to kind of flex. Thank you, Stephen. I'm glad. Hello, Myra. Who else has a question? Oh, Innocent, you have a question? I think it's funny, it's Wicked Wands and you're Innocent Queen. Hello, Carla. How are you doing? Hello, Southern Grid. Ooh, hold on. I didn't read that. My husband is with Virgo. Are we getting back together? Okay, Southern Grid. Are we getting back together? Yes, however, I caution against like celebrating too soon, because with this Page of Cups, we've got that kind of look of, I do feel like there's an attempt to reconcile or to, you know, go whole hog on it, I think is the term, but it's too soon. There's still something that needs to be dealt with in terms of emotional stability or the connection. And I feel like that's having to do with therapy on his own. And that needs to happen before he comes back. If there's an actual effort to address the root cause, then you reconcile and it works like long term. But if there's a rush to just kind of like say, it's okay, we're back together, then that same issue is going to repeat. Thank you, Sajid. How are you doing? I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Hello, Asuka. How are you doing? Thank you for subscribing. Let me get you a different deck real quick. So let's see. Current feelings of Muaz. What are the current feelings of Muaz, please, for Asuka? Don't like that. Four of Wands in the reverse. There's something here that has caused some instability, and I feel like there's emotional manipulation at the heart of it. There could also be some interference from a parent, so possibly a mother, who's controlling and saying, I don't think that's going to work for you. So I feel like there's some confusion with the Seven of Cups. It's like, I really need to figure out how I feel, because I think he's maybe letting someone else influence, and it's causing him to kind of like pull back a little bit. Is he in love? I'm just, you know, that's what I would want to know. This says no, and I'm sending you a big old hug. I love you, girl, but I'm not gonna like lie. This is saying there's something here about maybe some codependency with a family member and not really wanting to go outside of those expectations. Thank you, Aqua Beauty. I appreciate that. I do not want to skip anybody. Hello, Humaira. Let's see if you and your husband, Rehan will reconcile. Yes, Queen of Swords, Two of Cups, Chariot in the reverse. Similar to the previous reconciliation question, there is strong love here. There is a desire to make this work, but we want to make sure we're not rushing it. So with the Chariot in the reverse, this is saying make sure that there is considerations for what needs to happen before things can be like refreshed or built on like a stronger foundation. So there might be, I feel like there might be something to do with work, or there might be something to do with family that needs to be worked out before it can really be like a smooth change for you all. All right, let's see. This is the Ghost Tarot. That one makes me a little bit nervous. All right, for entertainment purposes only, will a certain music industry mogul be found innocent? For entertainment purposes only, will he be found innocent? Ugh. I think there is some sort of acquittal or some question, because this is with the Page of Wands in the reverse. It feels like a mistrial or some issue with like following the process. Will he get off scot-free? That's still up in the air right now. This card came out sideways. I feel like there's going to be like an extended decision. It's not going to be as clean as everybody would like it to be, right? Like, just tell us what's going on so we can all get back to our lives. And hopefully, right, like deliver some justice, right? Hold on, I just missed that one. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Aqua Beauty. I appreciate you. I did already answer a question for Ren, just to be clear. And it's one question per person. Hello, Mark. What should I know before I reach out to Shane again? What does Mark need to know before I reach out to Shane again? Sun in the reverse, Two of Swords, Empress in the reverse, Four of Swords in the reverse. Is this about their connection? No. There's something that is really upsetting Shane right now. So it kind of feels to me like, from Shane's perspective, like I can only handle like one thing at a time. Like, too many people are talking to me, or too many people have like expectations. I don't feel like this is like a romantic rival. I feel like this is work. I feel like there is stress that is making it seem like anything else is too much right now. So I feel like timing is hugely important, because right now Shane is in the hermit mode. Leave me alone. I can't take your calls. I can't deal with anything. But I feel like if you were to reach out, you might take it personally. So the number 4 is important. 4 weeks is what's sticking out to me. So you might just need to be patient for a little bit longer and make sure that when you reach out, you're not, you know, setting it up for failure because of the timing, right? Hello, Paulita. How are you doing? We've got, will my problem be solved in a positive way? Hello, Timmy. How are you doing? Will it be solved in a positive way? 10 of Cups in the reverse, 8 of Swords, Ace of Swords in the reverse. This looks pretty challenging, to be honest. I don't think it's going to be clean cut as positive. I do think it's going to, what I'm seeing right now is how a key is cut. So I feel like this is saying it's going to be ups and downs. It's not going to be as clear cut as you want. It's not going to be as easy as you want. And there's a choice that's really important for you to make that I think is going to be difficult. With the Sun in the reverse, it feels like I'm taking a step back in order to get to my goal. So it feels like you have to kind of change your approach in a way that feels kind of like you might be giving up, but you're not. So just expect it to be a little bit ups and downs, right? A little bit of a roller coaster. Hey, Laura, how are you doing? Hello, Prem. All right, let's see. I'm gonna put some of these crystals back. Which one have I not used? The Masonic Tarot. I'm sending you a hug, Paulita. Carla had a question. Thank you for helping, Aqua Beauty. What is Dario's intentions? For Carla, what is Dario's intentions? Ace of Gold. In the Masonic Tarot, that is the Ace of Wands, by the way. Seven of Cups. Page of Mallets, which is the Page of Pentacles, and the Nine of Gold, which is the Nine of Wands. To be honest, I don't know that he's fully made up his mind. I think there's a potential to want to build something with you, to have something serious, but the walls are very high. So it's not so much that this is somebody who's like, wahaha, I'm gonna get what I want and then like walk away. It's more so I feel like I have the option to be selective or picky, and I'm attracted to you or I'm interested in you, but I wanna make sure that I don't let anybody in that I shouldn't. So I kind of feel like there's just really high walls and maybe even a tendency to be overly independent that make it seem like things aren't really going very well. But I do think that this is going to change. I feel like if you approach things with, you know, clear communication and a positive mindset, this is going to be one of those things that like all of a sudden I'm like, oh wow, I think this is actually like the person I'm supposed to be with. Let's just hope that that realization happens in a mostly timely manner, right? Thank you, G.I.J. I appreciate that. Hello, Melissa. How are you doing? Yay. All right, any other questions? You're so welcome, Carla. I'm glad to hear that. Ren, I did a question for you. It's one question per person, please. So we've got Lele. I'm going through a divorce. What should I expect? First of all, I'm sending you a hug, and I hope things go as smoothly as possible for you. What should Lele expect with regards to the divorce, please? Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles in the reverse, Nine of Wands in the reverse, and the Hierophant. So I do feel like there's some frustrations over the cost of the divorce. There could be a lawyer that misquotes or misleads you in terms of the total cost. So I would be very focused on getting things in writing and keeping track of things, keeping emails and text messages, for example. But I do feel like you're able to get a pretty decent settlement or like arrangement, right? If there's custody or whatever, I feel like you're able to mediate or get through that process. But there is one thing in particular that might be a struggle. So prepare yourself as far as like prioritizing what am I willing to really argue over and what am I willing to be kind of like more negotiable. Well, negotiable? I think that's the way to say it. But I do feel like you're going to have the opportunity to get through relatively unscathed as long as you have that prioritization and you know not to like lose it over certain things. It may even be about, okay, so let's sit everything on the table and we each take a turn and take what we want, right? Like it's about equity or being fair, and I do feel like your soon-to-be ex is going to respect that. It's just one thing that I feel like you might get a little bit stressed out over. All right. Hey, Johnny, how are you doing? Hello, Nicole. Looks like they think you are dealing with a karmic and you want some insight on your connection. What insight can we give to Nicole on the connection that may be karmic? So this is the Star Trek deck. We've got the 7 of Batlets in the reverse, which is the 7 of Swords in the reverse. King of Latinum or King of Pentacles in the reverse, and the 10 of Cloaks, which is the 10 of Wands. So that is all to say that this is somebody who I think is going to at some point be honest with you about financial or loyalty issues, or both. To be honest, I might be both. I feel like you're right. I think this is a karmic connection. There might be something worthwhile for you to learn dealing with this person, because we do have strength. I feel like, though, it's like a bonus question at the end of a quiz that you feel like you did pretty well on, right? I've already learned this lesson. I feel like I don't really need to learn it again. Do you want some bonus points, or do you want to like get to the serious stuff? Because you already see the red flags with this person. You already feel like, I don't know if I really want to play in that sandbox. That's a good idea. Thank you, Aqua Beauty. You're welcome, Gilbert. Stephen had a question. Will Melissa and I reconcile? Let's get a different tarot deck. All right. Will Melissa and I reconcile? Sorry if that's loud. Yes, but there's a little bit of a caution. I don't feel like it's a fully honest approach to the reconciliation. We've got Empress in the reverse, Queen of Cups, Crone of Wands in the reverse, and the Queen of Swords. To be honest, there's a concern that that Melissa is not necessarily being fully honest about what has caused problems, or maybe even resulted in some resentment between the two of you. There's possibly some resentment related to envy or jealousy, and I don't feel like you know about this, or I don't feel like you would expect it. It could even be jealousy pertaining to the friendships you have or the connection you have with your family. There's something here where it's like, you have this and I don't. And it causes friction that I don't feel like you expect. So I think there's a need for a little bit of a deeper dive in terms of healing, and, would probably be beneficial on both sides, but there's something here envy-wise that maybe you don't really see normally. Hello, Mai. We've got Will We Be Back Together? Okay, let's see. Does it let me do anything? You're driving me crazy. Red, I'm trying to do nice for trying to do something nice for people, and you're just like making this about you. Like, respectfully, just please chill. And don't insult Aqua Beauty. She's helping me out so that I can do something nice. All right, now I forgot what question I was gonna ask. What was the question I was gonna ask? Thank you, Bumface. How you doing, hun? Hello, Evil Times. What's up? Hello, Manava. How are you? Will Tomas and I reconcile? Ten of Swords, Judgment. Yes. But there's a piece of advice here for you. I feel like there's a need for you to speak up more or stand up for yourself more. This will work if you are more communicative about what you need or what's not working. So you're being asked to lean into that divine masculine energy that you have within yourself, which will then encourage your partner to be a little bit more on that divine feminine side, a little bit more compassionate, right? Thank you. Hello, is it Kaya or Kaya? Is it a real breakup with the hubby? Let's see. Is this a real ending or real breakup? Yes. Father of Swords, which is the Mother of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords, and the Hermit. I do feel like there is a desire to just be by myself, avoid kind of like everyone, to be honest. Will that change? I think there's some sort of fear or maybe even some codependent energy, honestly, that is blocking this connection. Until that is dealt with, I don't see things going well. And I do feel like there's some stubbornness here. So, was it Tomas? I feel like that's what needs to change. And right now it feels like that's not a priority. All right, let's this is the Everyday Tarot. Famous Seamus, will my wife and I reconcile? This looks like a negative because of communication. There's something that has been left unsaid. It feels to me like an apology. It could be on both sides, but this is like a major block. 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands. Yeah, there's a mental block here. It's like, I don't want to take accountability, or you owe me an apology, so I don't want to apologize to you first. I think there's a desire, but there's a lot standing in the way. I do also feel like there could be some family issues intertwined with the relationship struggles that you've faced. And that could make it a little bit more difficult. Is it Newtown? This is the Golden Art Nouveau. Let's go with, is your boyfriend faithful? Yes. Knight of Swords, 2 of Swords in the reverse. And I feel like this has already been tested and your boyfriend has been faithful, loyal. We have the Strength card. This is the opposite of the Devil card, which means when temptation shows up, there's a determination, sticking to what I've decided. I don't want to lose what I've already got. I know what would happen if I were to cheat. I would lose who I really care about. So, love to see the good news. Who else do we have? Oh, I think I did Mai's question. I like that. Okay, I don't know how long we're already at like 39 minutes. Wild. You're welcome. Hello, Pernilla. How are you doing? Okay, so Mai, did I ask your question or did I not? Okay, so you want to know if you'll reconcile, is that right? Will we be back together? Okay. Let's get... This is the Tarot de la Nuit. What else do we have? Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate you. Yes, that is what happened. Hello, Mariska. How's it going? Will Nye reconcile, get back together? So Mai says 9 of Wands in the reverse, 10 of Cups. There's a lot of indecisiveness right now. There's definitely love, but I feel like with the 9 of Wands in the reverse, there's a tendency to like back away. I feel like this is somebody who's struggling with how to express love or receive love. So at this time, I feel like they're blocking it. They have the ability to remove that block, but I don't feel like it's anything that you can change. They need to be like activated or inspired to make this change regarding their emotions. And I do feel like it ties back to a childhood trauma or an issue with their parents. And until that's fixed, I don't see they're being able to receive that love energy from you. Hey, Upper Echelon. Hey, Third Eye. For Upper Echelon, are there any ascended beings in 3D watching me? Upper Echelon. Yes, there are. Nine of Pentacles. I feel like your intuition is correct on this matter. Ace of Cups in the reverse. This is somebody who you might view as a hater or somebody who has struggled in terms of compassion or empathy. Seven of Cups in the reverse. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like you're going to find a way to block this person. You're going to figure it out. And it's like mischief managed real quick, like. All right. Hello, Zava. How are you doing? Hello, Zanab. How are you doing? Do you, Third Eye? That's good. You're welcome, Famous Seamus. What's my next question? Melissa asks, will I get a new car? Hello, Christina. Melissa, will I get a new car? Not right now. The world is in the reverse, but we've got the Ten of Pentacles. There's a windfall of money in the next 10 weeks, 10 months. So this is saying if you were to get a car too quickly, you wouldn't be able to get what you really want. But if you're patient, yeah, the number 10 is important. This could happen in October. So yes, but not right now. This is saying don't wait because you don't have everything you need, or you're going to get some additional money that makes it a lot easier, or get the money that makes it possible. But there's a little bit of a wait. You may end up co-signing, or you may end up having somebody that's able to make this easier for you, maybe even like an employee discount or like I know a guy, that kind of thing. But there's a little bit of a wait here to get your ducks in a row. Hi, Donna. Is my dad around me as I've not had any signs? Is Donna's father around her? Yes. And we have the Emperor card, which to me, you know, it's divine masculine energy. Yes, I do feel like your father is around you. And I do think you're going to hear something. It could be on a TV show, it could be on the radio, it could be something your coworker says, but it's going to be something that your dad would have said. It's like, yeah, you asked that tarot reader the other day, so I might as well just like give you a sign now and make sure you really know. I'm really drawn to these glasses, so I don't know if martini's important, but that could be a clue for you in terms of when you get confirmation. But yeah, he's around. He's making sure everything's all right. All right, so I think I missed a question from Christina, which is Blonde Scorpion. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Is Bob ghosting me? Okay. All right, so for Christina, is Bob ghosting me? No. Chariot in the reverse. Three of Wands in the reverse. There's some unexpected issue that has happened. Seven of Potions, Seven of Cups. I don't feel like Bob wants to tell you what's going on, and that's why he's not talking to you, but there's some unexpected problem that he has to deal with. It's like, if I can just take care of this real quick, I won't ever have to tell her. Ace of Lightning or Ace of Swords in the reverse, and the Eight of Candles. He's going to start talking to you after this is like taken care of. But this is something he doesn't want you to know anything about. I think it's financial issues. Some major issue with money with the Six of Pumpkins or Six of Pentacles in the reverse. It's like, I don't want to talk to you about this. I'm just going to like do what I can, fix it, and then we can talk. I think he thinks you're smarter than him. He doesn't like doing like that. Hi, Batson. I'm doing one question per subscriber. You're welcome, Donna. I hope you have a great day. Thank you, everyone who's subscribed, and thank you to those that have tipped. Is my ex going to come back for Lozava? Is my ex going to come back? As of right now, it looks like a no, but there's free will that could potentially change this because there's a chance a perspective is changed. But as of right now, I do feel like this is someone who deals with self-sabotage, stuck in a loop. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. It's like I can't learn new tricks, right? What do they say? Can't teach an old dog new tricks. This is like I'm in this pattern. This is how I interact with people. If they're able to free themselves from this assumption that things will always go wrong, then yes. But right now, it's like, I don't know if I want to say they don't believe in love, but they have to choose to believe that things would go well before that would be a possibility. All right. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate it. Thank you, Johnny. For Manava, we have, does Brennan regret ruining our friendship? I'm going to start running out of new tarot decks. This one's tiny. What is this one again? I think it's the Everyday Witch Tarot. All right. Hold on, let me make Brennan. Okay, does Brennan regret ruining the friendship? Yes. Oh, and no way, it's with the Four of Cups too. This is a feeling of like, sorry, I almost like hit you in the face with that. This is a sense of discontent, feeling disconnected, frustrated. If other people are trying to connect with Brennan, there's some frustration here, like you won't understand. You don't understand what I'm going through. And the Wheel of Fortune is in the reverse. So I'm just going to ask what I would ask, which is, are you going to reconnect? Ten of Cups in the reverse. I don't think so. I think this is somebody who's kind of like, I'm only happy when it rains, or I don't know how to reach out. I feel like it's kind of like they're best friends with their misery, to be honest. So with the Page of Wands, I feel like you're getting good news. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate you. You're getting good news, and it helps you to realize that maybe the best thing for you is to focus on moving forward, do what makes sense for you, and if things come back around, that means that Brennan was able to like mature, right? Hello, Archie. I'm doing free questions, one per subscriber, so make sure you're subscribed. Hello, Kingly Eagle. How's it going? Hello, Tarot by Nature. How are you doing? I'll probably do 2 more questions. I can't believe I already am almost to an hour on this. 555. Bumface would like to know, have I had previous lives? I feel like I should be royalty. Of course you are, Queen Bumface. Has Bumface had previous lives, past lives? Of course you have. This says 4. So apparently you've been leveling up. You've been making some good choices. What do we need to know about Bumface in a previous life? Give us a good story. Oh, you were a wizard. You were a magician. Hopefully not in Salem, you know. Eight of Cups in the reverse. I feel like you have come back in this life to finish something that you did not get to in your most recent life. But you've got like better standing. You're taking a different approach. What I'm seeing in my mind, so I love like strategy games like Settlers of Catan. Just discovered a new one recently called Ticket to Ride. And I will play those games like over and over again until I get better. You have tried to accomplish something you haven't been able to in other lives, but I think you're about to in this life, which is pretty awesome. Hello, Pharaoh. How are you doing? Thank you for putting that in there for me. Hey, Joanna. How are you doing? Yeah, no, I don't think we would wish that upon anyone, would we? All right. Steampunk Tarot for our last question. What do we got? Third Eye, you got a question? Hey, Craig, how are you doing? Oh, well, I hope you get nicer weather. Oops, I'm not supposed to be pulling any cards. Give me a question. Oh, you want to know a question about me? Well, that's not an option. But that's cute because it did come out as saying yes. I'm not going to count that, though. Have a good one, Aqua Beauty. Thank you for your help. All right, should I just call it? Nobody else got a question? Craig, you got a question? Pharaoh, you got a question? All right, we've got a question from NRG. That'll be our last one. What is going on with the bad dream? All right, for NRG, what is going on with the bad dream? Two of Pentacles, Lovers in the reverse. Nine of Wands in the reverse. Energy, this looks to me like there's a difficult decision that you know you have to make or that you feel like you eventually have to make, but you might be delaying or procrastinating this with the Nine of Wands in the reverse. It feels to me like there's something you should be doing or could be doing to protect yourself, but you have not. So this could be like distancing yourself from somebody who you think is a friend, but they're not actually trustworthy or like reliable. This could be saying it's time to end that relationship, but there's a choice you know you need to make. And so I feel like you're getting kind of difficult messages in varying forms because someone is trying to warn you to not stick around or to not keep doing the same thing. It's time to make that choice. Hold on. Okay, so fun little factoid for you. I don't really burp a ton, but obviously I love Dr. Pepper. But when I do, I say the word yeah. And that's kind of embarrassing, but I think it's funny. I don't even really think about it, I guess. It happens. And then I found out, so I've been doing this for years, okay? Thinking I'm hilarious. And then I burped around my mom once and she looked at me all funny. And she talked to my aunt about it and she's like, didn't Dad used to do that? So I found out my grandpa did that when he was alive. When he burped, he would say the word yeah. So I guess it was inherited. Go me. I will do this again. This was fun. I love you guys. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for being you. And remember, you deserve to be loved and respected. Now I have to figure out how to